A global report on trafficking in persons by the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime offers the first global assessment of the scope of human trafficking and what is being done to fight it. The report, which is based on data gathered from 155 countries, including Ghana, has an overview of trafficking patterns and information on reported cases of trafficking in persons, victims, and prosecutions. UNODC has more.
The United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, first attempted to identify human trafficking patterns in April 2006. In the global report, a few observations stand out in lieu of conclusions. Sexual exploitation is by far the most commonly identified form of human trafficking, which stands at 79%, followed by forced labor, which is 18%. The exploitation of women tends to be visible in city centers or along highways because it is more frequently reported. Sexual exploitation has become the most documented type of trafficking in aggregate statistics. The victims of sexual exploitation are predominantly women and girls. Surprisingly, in 30% of the 155 countries which provided information on the gender of traffickers, women make up the largest proportion of traffickers. In some parts of the world, women trafficking is the norm. Worldwide, almost 20% of all trafficking victims are children. However, in some parts of Africa, children form the majority. Also, a disproportionate number of women are involved in human trafficking, not only as victims, but also as traffickers. Female offenders have a more prominent role in present-day slavery than in most other forms of crime. In this case, former victims have become perpetrators. The report shows that in the past few years, the UN Protocol against trafficking in persons has more than doubled, from 54 to 125 out of the 155 states covered. However, there are still many countries, particularly in Africa, that lack the necessary legal instruments. For GBC 24, UNODC.